Hey bookworms, welcome back to my channel and to another review. Today we'll be looking at Closed Casket by Sophie Hannah. She is a thriller author, but she also took it upon herself to revive the books of Agatha Christie, one of my favorite authors of all time. This is her second book where she not only tries to emulate the style of Agatha Christie, but the main character, the protagonist of her books, is Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie's famous Belgian detective. The first book that she wrote in the Agatha Christie series, if you want to look at it like that, was The Monogram Murders. I did a review on it. If you want my opinion about it, I'll link it down below. Overall, it was okay. It was a competent detective book. As an adaptation or a simulation of another author, it was okay. But let's look at Closed Casket. This is a classic English countryside whodunit. A few characters, Hercule Poirot among them, are invited to a dinner at a huge mansion owned by a famous rich author who announces that she made a very surprising change to her will. During the evening there is a murder and perhaps even an eyewitness, even though everybody had a motive. And of course it's up to Hercule Poirot to solve the mystery and figure out who done it. The first thing that I want to say about this book is that I had such a good time reading it. I enjoyed it so much. It was full of cliches, but come on, this genre is full of cliches. And like I said, I had so much fun reading it. And since we're on the topic of compliments, I can also say that it was a lot better than The Monogram Murders. However, this book is far from being perfect, so let's talk about the negatives. First of all, it's important to remember that this is no ordinary detective book. We have a case here of an author who not only tries to imitate the style of an era different from the one she lives in, she also tries to imitate the style and the protagonist of a very successful famous author. And she mildly succeeds in it. This book really felt like an imitation or a fan fiction. It's kind of hard to explain, but it seems all over the book like she was trying too hard, and at the end it just felt like a cheap imitation. Even the characters felt too British. Also, the Poirot that she created is nothing like the original. Admittedly, apparently it's very hard to recreate him, a character that is on one side infuriatingly pompous, but on the other, fascinating. And this Poirot is a lot more like the former, which is exactly what happened in her first book, The Monogram Murders. Secondly, this book felt a little too Sherlock Holmesy for me, and I hate the Sherlock Holmes story. The reason is that we have Dr. Watson in the Sherlock Holmes stories, and we like him. He's the narrator there, and we're baffled from all this mysteries. And then at the end, Sherlock Holmes come and just explain everything. However, one of the fun things about Agatha Christie's style is that we know exactly the same things as the detective character, and so potentially we can solve it together with him. However, in Closed Casket, we have a narrator. His name is Catchpool, and he also appeared in The Monogram Murders, and he's a friend of Poirot and a police officer, and he's our Dr. Watson. We see things from his point of view, and it's the way that he narrates and interacts with the readers, which is very Victorian and Holmesy. But also just the fact that Poirot sometimes goes and do other things that we only later find out about, it kind of ruins the whole experience of trying to solve the mystery together with the detective. And that's really not what Agatha Christie's books are about. Furthermore, I also felt like the characters had really stupid reasons for not sharing information. It seems like all of them were really eager to help, but then they will say something like, I want to tell you this, but I can only tell you tomorrow, or it's his story, this character has to tell you this. And it did not sound sophisticated. Honestly, it just felt like lazy clickbait storytelling. Now, this book got really bad reviews on Goodreads, and I assume that part of it is due to the whole cheap imitation feeling that I mentioned, but also probably due to the ending and the solution, which I have to admit was very underwhelming. Not awful, but not so great. So even though this book has a lot more negative points than positive, I still had a lot of fun reading it, and I generally do recommend it. I read it in like 3 days, I had a lot of fun, and I suppose the point is that I didn't take it too seriously. If you like a cheesy yet classic Agatha Christie style whodunit murder mystery, go ahead, read this book. It was a lot of fun. But don't think you are reading another Agatha Christie book. It doesn't come close to her genius. Just think about it as a fan fiction and have fun with it. And that's it for my review, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to click like to show it and to subscribe to my channel if you dare for more reviews, a lot of them about thrillers and murder mysteries. Also, please write down below in the comment section who is your favorite detective books author, if it's a style that you even read. So guys, thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.